Hey Leo, welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of December 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my readings, I do want to say welcome and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month and I would love to share your money message with you. If you see this cord kind of popping in the frame here, I apologize, but it's my new microphone and I'm trying to get the sound better on these videos. So you may see that cord floating. Let's see. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my Groovy Waite tarot deck. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite tarot deck, and then I will close out your reading, Leo, with a spirit animal oracle card. Also, for those of you who are still interested in getting my free checklist, the 6 things you need to have in place before you go into business for yourself, I've been getting a lot of great feedback on that checklist. I'm so glad that so many of you are finding it helpful and useful. I will have that linked in the description. It's totally free and you can get a copy of it for instant download. So let's go ahead and get right into your reading, Leo. I'm feeling a little anxious and I don't know why, but maybe that's something I'm kind of picking up on for you, Leo. And it looks like, yeah, from what I'm seeing here and the way the cards are kind of falling out, I do sense that there's a little bit of anxiousness as it relates to your finances as we move into December. Now, that's pretty normal. I'm not going to say that, there's anything wrong with feeling that way. But the thing is we don't want to feel anxiety or anxious about money all the time because we don't want to program our mind. We don't want to program our nervous system into thinking that money causes anxiety. But I totally get it because I've been there and I've lived in that state for many years. And so I understand that it's a process to learn to kind of remove yourself from that. But anyway, let's go ahead and focus on what the cards are showing us. Like I said, I was picking up on the anxiousness, and I do see that here with the 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles means that, maybe you've been a little bit too generous. Maybe you've overindulged a little bit for spending. Maybe throughout November, maybe during Black Friday, I don't know. But the thing is that you really have to understand that things kind of go in waves. Things kind of go in cycles. And that's what I'm seeing here. And the thing is like you're not going to be stuck in this feeling of anxiousness for very long. And I could say that because when I look at the other cards here, it's telling me that things are going to actually change and they're going to start moving for you very, very quickly. But like I said, I do pick up on the anxiety. We also have the 7 of Wands here, which means you're having some heavy conversations about money, or you will have heavy conversations about money, either with your partner, your spouse, maybe your family, maybe some business partners, maybe your accountant, maybe your tax person. But I do see some really heavy conversations about money, probably either starting roughly at the beginning of December or probably when I keep getting December 2nd for some reason, and I don't know why that is. So maybe that will be a significant date for some of you. Next, we have the King of Swords. King of Swords is about eliminating what is unnecessary. This is where things really start to turn around, because then we also have the 4 of Wands. Eliminating what is unnecessary is all about cutting off things that no longer serve you, whether that be spending, whether that be bad habits, whatever. And then we have the 4 of Wands, which talks about a very strong, stable, grounded foundation. Things really will settle for you as we move throughout the month of December. So that's why I'm saying you may feel a little anxious about money at the beginning of the month, but by the time we get through that first week of December, you're going to be feeling a lot more grounded and a lot more stable financially. Next, we have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman talks about being, staying put. Not necessarily taking action because you're afraid or you don't know what to do, but it's more about just kind of being rooted with where you are and figuring out what's going on right now. And then once you kind of have a clear picture of what you're going to be doing financially in this present moment, then you can make plans for the future. Then you can start taking action. Finally, like I said, we have the Chariot card. The Chariot card talks about speed. It also talks about things moving ahead very rapidly. The other thing about the Chariot card is that it indicates you're going to have several things going on at once. And I think this is really good because, I'm a big advocate of having multiple, streams of income and having multiple sources of ways you can make money, save money, invest money. And I do think some opportunities are going to be coming. The thing is you just have to pay attention to them, and you have to understand what you can do and what you can participate in. Okay. All right, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Nice. For the month of December 2021. All right, Leo, as we continue to move through the month, we got the World card. That's a really good card because that means it's the end of a cycle, but it also means that things just kind of come together in a very holistic, organic way. The other thing about the World card is that it talks about a global expansion. It could mean some international travel for some of you. But in the everyday, day-to-day life, world means that everything does come together, and that things you were worried about no longer are of concern, especially as it relates to your money. I also see some international investment options coming up for some of you. Next, we have the Strength card. I don't like seeing this card in the reverse because it does talk about overwhelm. It also talks about feeling weak. Now, this could be feeling weak physically, but it could also be feeling weak spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And again, like I said earlier, these things tend to go in cycles. No one's going to get out of life without experiencing some moments of weakness. We've all had it. The thing is not to allow those weak moments to define the big picture and what you're trying to do with your money. Next, we have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups means someone from your past shows up, and it's going to be a beautiful reconnection. There could also be an opportunity to make some money with this person or thing that shows up again. We have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands talks about support not coming through as it relates to your work. Now, this is something I think you're expecting, or something that you probably thought could happen. There's something going on with your work, maybe some assistance or support that you were expecting to have just doesn't show up. But the thing is you're going to be okay, because like I said, I don't feel like that's going to be a surprise. But we do have the Emperor. And then we also have the Six of Wands, Ace of Wands. These are some really powerful cards here. The Emperor talks about finally being in control and really kind of having proper boundaries in place as it relates to your money. Like I said, the first week of December, you were feeling a little scattered, maybe a little anxious, but by the time we close out the second week of December, you're going to have a much better grasp on what you're trying to do financially. You will have your bills in place. You will feel very much in control of the money that you are managing right now. So remember, we have to manage what we have right now in order to attract more, and so we can feel comfortable managing bigger amounts. So learn to take care of the small things, because that will train you for the bigger things. Also, the Six of Wands means you're going to be getting a lot of attention, Leo. That is the card of pageantry. It's the card of being seen. It's also the card of being recognized for a job well done. I say this a lot. You could be seen as a local celebrity, either in your town or maybe online if you're really into social media. But there's a lot of opportunity for you to leverage this attention and to monetize it. So please don't feel bad about doing that, because there's a great opportunity to make money there. Finally, we have the Ace of Wands. Now, when I see this card, this is the cash flow card, right? So cash flow is different than income, and we have to make sure that we understand and distinguish the two. But when I see this Ace of Wands, of course, it means starting a brand new business that takes off and is very prosperous. But also the Ace of Wands talks about an influx of cash flow. Maybe you sell something, you could sell something on Facebook Marketplace and you get way more than what you thought you would for it. Or you could just maybe be in a position where your investments are paying off, and now they're giving you some positive cash flow. So I think that's really exciting. By the time we hit the middle of December, you're going to be feeling and experiencing some positive cash flow in your life, Leo. Okay, let's continue on and see what else shows up for the sign of Leo. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance. Nice. For the month of December 2021. All right, so as we hit the second half of December, I see some repeater cards here, but I also see, Leo, that again, you're going to have to be very, very careful not to be tempted to overindulge as it relates to money. The Nine of Pentacles sometimes talks about when we overspend or we splurge a little bit too much on something financially, when something a little bit more affordable probably would have been the better choice. But that doesn't mean that you can't recover from that. But again, sometimes when we do stuff like that, it makes us feel a little nervous. Next, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is a decision being made that affects you that you have no income or no input about. The Justice card in the reverse talks about a decision being made that affects you directly. However, you have no opinion or say on this decision, right? So it could be something related to your job. It could be, who knows, a new law or something that affects you, but you don't have any say in the matter. New rules. Unfortunately, a lot of us are dealing with rules and requirements due to the time of, the things that are going on in the world. So I think a lot of us are dealing with that, and it does affect your money. Next, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is you working independently. There's people that want to work with you, but at this point, at this stage in the game, Leo, I'm feeling like you're very, very much interested in doing your own thing. You're not trying to accommodate other people. Doesn't mean you don't like them, but you really want to kind of put boundaries for yourself as far as working independently, and I do see that happening. We also have the King of Swords. The King of Swords, remember we saw him here. This is a repeater. Now the King of Swords in reverse means that sometimes he's hesitating as far as cutting something off that needs to be cut off. Now here, he didn't have any problem. That energy was strong and very clear. But as we move into the second half of the month, I'm feeling like maybe is there something you're second guessing about cutting off. Again, there is a financial tie to this. So don't doubt yourself if it's something that's going to benefit you financially. We also have the Four of Wands. That's another repeater here. Again, that's a very grounded, stable, responsible, confident feeling as it relates to money. I do feel like once you kind of figure out what's working and not working for you, Leo, you're going to feel very, very stable. You're going to feel very, very comfortable. Finally, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles means financial assistance is showing up for you in some way. There is someone who does something and it helps you financially. It either helps you make more money, maybe they give you money, or maybe they loan you some money or teach you something. I don't know, but there is someone who shows up with some kind of financial assistance, and it does benefit you. All right, Leo, let's see what else shows up for you as it relates to I think that was the order these went in. Money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of December 2021. Okay, so as we close out December, Leo, Looks like you're really going to be tapping into your feelings. And sometimes our feelings can take us exactly where we want to go, especially as it relates to money. The Queen of Cups, when I see her in the upright position, that means, trust your feelings. And I can say that because I also see the High Priestess here. The High Priestess is a very highly intuitive, and she's a very significant card because she talks about inner guidance and inner wisdom. Sometimes she also is representative of the divine female energy, but I do feel like this is more about an internal knowing and trusting what you hear within, and then making the decision to be led by what you feel and what you know is intuitively correct for you. However, we do have the Devil card here, and sometimes the Devil card shows up when there is some self-sabotage in the way. So this is something that you just have to be aware of. Trust me, I'm working on my own self-limiting issues and boundaries and beliefs. And so the Devil talks about unhealthy attachments and sometimes getting in our own way. So you do have to be aware of that, and that has to be something that you're continually working on in order to get yourself to that next level financially. Next, we have the Five of Wands. This is some back and forth conversations. The conversations may not necessarily flow as easy as you'd like them to, but they're still going to be very, very productive, especially when these conversations center around money, okay? Next, we have the Nine of Swords. I love seeing that in the reverse. It means you're no longer worried or fearful or anxious. Remember, I was feeling that at the beginning of the month, but at the end of the month, you're not having that anxiety or worry or stressful feelings around money. Looks like that gets resolved very nicely. We also have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is the investment card. Now, when I see this in the reverse, this tells me that maybe you're not taking advantage of some investments that could be presenting opportunities to you. Now, I know just from watching the financial markets, following some people that I trust online, there's going to be a lot of opportunity for those of us who are taking action right now as it relates to investing. You need to find something to invest in because time is on your side if you take action now. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I do want to let you know that you don't want to waste time as it relates to investing. Find something that you feel comfortable with, and then invest to an amount that you feel that you can invest with, that you don't have to worry about right now, that you can put it in, forget it, and just let it grow. Next, we have the Judgment card. Judgment card in the reverse talks about a rebirth. This is also about delayed change, right? So there's change coming, but some of you are choosing either not to prepare for the change, or you could be ignoring some changes, or maybe you're just not accepting that things are changing. Okay, so you want to be aware of that, and you want to set yourself up for success so these changes don't overwhelm you, so they don't make you feel like you're lost or you have no clue what's going on. Okay, so I'm feeling like this card is more of a heads up. It's more of a let me bring this to your attention so you can take care of it now. But overall, Leo, you've got a pretty powerful month here. Like I said, it's more about you trusting yourself, taking action when you feel the time is right to take action, but at the same time, not ignoring anything as it shows up for you. And we have the Spirit Animal Oracle card. We got card number 55. This is Snake Spirit, Time to Heal. Snake Spirit, Time to Heal. Yes, maybe it is time for you to heal, Heal your body, your mind, your spirit, your finances. I also think, too, that it's also about re-examining what you're doing and then healing some things that need to be changed or released. So I hope you enjoyed this, Leo. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.